All right, let's talk about something huge. We're diving into a story that honestly felt like science fiction for decades, but is now suddenly happening at lightning speed. I'm talking about the race to build a commercial fusion power plant. And trust me, this isn't just another tech trend. It's a shift that could literally redefine our future. Let's get into it. I mean, just stop and think about that for a second. What if we could build a star on Earth, the very same nuclear fire that powers our sun, but contained in a machine right here? That is the incredible, mind-bending promise of nuclear fusion, and it's moving from some far-off theory into reality faster than anyone thought possible. The potential here is, well, it's staggering. We are talking about completely carbon-free energy from fuel that's abundant in, of all places, seawater. If we get this right, this technology could genuinely power our entire civilization for millions of years. It's the ultimate energy source. Now, look, I know what some of you are probably thinking, because if you followed this topic at all, you know the old joke. For decades, fusion has been mocked as the energy source of the future, and a future that never quite seems to show up. And you know what? For a long time, that skepticism was completely justified. But that's the old story. Something fundamental has shifted. A series of absolutely stunning breakthroughs have ripped fusion out of the realm of pure theory and dropped it right into the world of practical engineering. The conversation is no longer about if we can do this. The conversation now is about when.
So why the sudden urgency? What's the big rush? Well, it all starts with our planet's absolutely insatiable appetite for power. Our entire modern world, everything we do, runs on electricity, and our demand for it is just exploding year after year.
And right now, we're kind of caught in this tough spot, sometimes called the Energy Trilemma. See, we need power that's clean, reliable, and abundant. But look at our current options. You've got fossil fuels, which are super reliable. They give us that constant base load power we need, but they come with a massive carbon footprint. Then you have renewables like solar and wind, which are wonderfully clean, but they're intermittent, right? They don't work when the sun isn't shining or the wind isn't blowing. And just to make things more interesting, a brand new player has stormed onto the scene, and it is thirsty for an unbelievable amount of power: artificial intelligence. The massive data centers that are the brains behind the AI revolution, they're creating an energy crunch on a scale we have never seen before. And it's sparking this frantic, global search for a totally new kind of power. And this is where fusion re-enters the story, not as some distant sci-fi dream anymore, but as maybe, just maybe, the leading candidate to solve that energy trilemma and power our future. So what is it exactly? Well, put simply, fusion is the total opposite of the nuclear fission we use in today's power plants. Instead of splitting heavy atoms apart, fusion forces light atoms, like types of hydrogen, together under immense heat and pressure. And when they combine, or fuse, a tiny little bit of their mass gets converted into a huge amount of energy. And to put the sheer power of fusion into perspective, just look at this number, 13,000. That is how many tons of coal you would need to burn to get the same amount of energy you get from fusing just 1 single kilogram of fuel. It's a leap in energy density that is almost impossible to wrap your head around. And this is absolutely crucial, so let's be crystal clear. This is not the same as the nuclear power we have today. A fusion reaction is inherently safe. It's not a chain reaction, which means a meltdown is physically impossible. It just can't happen. And it doesn't produce that high-level, long-lived radioactive waste that's such a huge challenge for today's fission power plants. Okay, so if it's this great, why don't we have it already? That's the big question, right? To really understand how far we've come, you have to appreciate just how unbelievably hard this problem has been to solve. This famous quote? Yeah, it perfectly captured the mood for such a long, long time. Decades of really slow progress and a lot of unfulfilled promises led so many people to believe that commercial fusion was just an impossible dream. And the challenges were, and still are, absolutely monumental. I mean, to get atoms to fuse, you literally have to recreate the conditions inside a star. We're talking about heating a gas to over 100 million degrees Celsius. That's 10 times hotter than the core of the sun, until it turns into this stuff called plasma. Then you have to somehow contain that ridiculously hot plasma so it doesn't just melt your entire machine. It is, without a doubt, one of the hardest engineering challenges humanity has ever taken on. But then, in just the last few years, the entire story just flipped. The dam of skepticism finally broke, and progress started accelerating at a pace that has left everyone breathless.
Just look at this timeline. This shows you how fast things are moving right now. It all kicked off in late 2022 with that historic milestone of net energy gain. Just 2 years later, a critical magnet technology was proven. Now we're seeing private companies actually breaking ground on commercial plants. That old 30-year joke? It's dead. This is happening now.
So what changed? Well, it was two key things. First, the big one. Scientists finally proved the basic physics. At the National Ignition Facility, they achieved what's called ignition. For the first time ever, they got more energy out of a fusion reaction than they put in. This was the absolute Wright brothers moment for fusion. It proved that flight was actually possible.
The second breakthrough revolutionized the engineering side of things. A new class of incredibly powerful magnets called high-temperature superconducting magnets, pioneered by researchers at MIT, basically lets us build fusion machines that are way smaller, cheaper, and more efficient. These magnets are the secret sauce, the key piece of tech that makes a commercial power plant a practical, buildable reality. And these two breakthroughs together, they kicked off an entirely new era. The slow, methodical pace of those massive government-funded science projects has given way to a fast, super competitive, and incredibly well-funded private sector race to get fusion on the grid. And this table just illustrates the difference perfectly. The old model, think of the massive international ITER project in France, is all about scientific proof on a decades-long timeline. The new model, which is driven by these venture-backed startups, is focused laser-like on one thing: getting commercial power onto the grid as fast as humanly possible, using smaller, more agile designs. And believe me, the race is on. We now have over 40 private companies in this game. You've got Helion, which already has a deal to deliver 50 megawatts of power to Microsoft by 2028. You have Commonwealth Fusion Systems, an MIT spinout that's backed by giants like Google and Nvidia, planning to have its first plant on the grid in the early 2030s. This isn't a science experiment anymore. It's a full-blown commercial industry being born right before our eyes. So does this all mean fusion power is a done deal? Well, not quite. We've proven the physics, but now comes the final sprint, solving the practical engineering challenges of building a power plant that can run reliably 24/7 for years on end. The finish line is in sight, but there are a few big engineering hurdles left. First is materials. We need to develop components that can survive that intense reactor environment for years. Second is the fuel cycle. We need to perfect a way to create one of the key fuel ingredients called tritium inside the reactor itself. And finally, the big one, economics, proving that the final power plant can produce electricity at a price that can compete. These are serious challenges for sure, but the consensus is they are solvable engineering problems. So the key takeaway here is this: we are witnessing a historic shift from a slow academic quest to a fast-paced, high-stakes engineering race. The dream of building a star on Earth for clean, limitless energy is closer than it has ever been. The decades of waiting are finally over. A new energy era is dawning. The only question now is, what are we going to do with it?